Okay, hello and welcome to Angry Andy Reviews, and as you've just seen, I've just put the bacon under the grill, so I thought I'd take this opportunity because I am extremely busy at the minute. Probably fed up of hearing that, but I'm extremely busy, so any chance I get to do a review, I am going to do it, and this is as good a chance as any. So, Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings. It's been out for a while. I do apologise for not getting this review out sooner, but here it is. So, gotta admit straight off the bat, like I said, it's been a while since this was released, and I've had a decent amount of time to think about it. It's good. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's in the top half of the Marvel tier, if you like, the Marvel table of films, which is getting even bigger and bigger. And if you factor in the TV shows, you just, get snowballed. But it's good. It's a good film. I wasn't too enamoured by the final third, I must admit, where they go into this mystical realm. It didn't really grab me. I felt they lost a lot of what they were doing in the early parts of the film. And what they were doing in the early parts of the film, which I really, really liked, is that they were keeping it very, very grounded. I'm a very grounded person myself, most of the time. But yeah, it was very grounded, and they dealt with sort of like, some of the more outlandish stuff, very, very, in an orderly sort of way. The martial arts were very, really, really smart and used the environments. So the bus, for example, it just reminded me of old classic kung fu movies like with Jackie Chan, things like that, where he's moving and utilising the environment, to help him beat the bad guys. And then with the scaffold fight, which I thought was fantastic, a little bit dark, could have probably done with lighting it a little bit better so we could see everything that was going on, but the same thing was there, utilising the environment. And that for me is what was winning in this film, the use of the environments, the use of the choreography. This film, Shang-Chi, is exactly what I wish we had got with Iron Fist. I think Marvel have seen what happened with Iron Fist and went, okay, don't do anything that happened there, do something completely different. Focus on those elements. Focus on getting all the actors, getting all the characters to really be involved in the choreography, really be involved in everything that's going on. Now, aside from that, bacon's still cooking, that's fine, good. Aside from that, the early portions of the film dealt with some really, quite deep emotional stuff with the father, with the family, and there are a lot of parallels in this film to Black Panther, legacy, family, what it means to be the heir to something really powerful, something that you don't quite understand or not necessarily want to be involved with. It is a direct parallel, but it kind of treads a slightly different path. Obviously, Shang-Chi himself doesn't want anything to do with his father's legacy, but yet he gets drawn in. And I really like that, especially in the first third or half of the film, where they really sort of focused on that, really sort of brought you into his opinion of everything and how he abandoned everything and abandoned his sister. I thought it was really quite stark in places. But then, like I said, towards the final third of the film, they kind of just drop it. And they don't really address anything to do with the father, which I found a little bit bizarre. It kind of just, they have a bit of a scrap at the end, which started off really well, and then you get, a brief sort of, I don't want to do what you do, and, oh, my son, and, there's no sort of like realisation that he's the father who is the villain in this. There's no realisation that he's made a tragic mistake, which is I felt was a bit of a mistake, because there was opportunity there to go for something like, not Vader level, but akin to the Vader realisation. Like, what have I done? What have I been doing? For thousands of years I was slaying kingdoms, and then in the last 30 years I found something that I truly had, in my children, and I neglected them. It doesn't really do that. Instead it focuses on his wife, who is quite clearly dead. There's no mistaking it. And yet, for the entirety of the film, he's like, oh no, she's alive. I've got to rescue her. And they don't really go into that great detail of the sort of the twisting and the sort of like the mental, breaking of the father. The Mandarin, as he is in this. He's not directly called the Mandarin. They don't really go into him being pressured and persecuted by this demon, you know, which, you know, proto-emperor kind of thing. You know, they don't really go into it. And then the finale is just a massive CGI battle, which I lost interest in. I'm not going to lie, completely lost interest. I wanted what we had in the early stages of the film. That fighting, that choreography, that, you know, no holds barred sort of action, you know, where it's quite personal action. That is where the strengths of Shang-Chi are for me, I think, honestly. You know, where he is fighting goons left, right and centre, because that brings, you know, another level into the MCU. If we've lost Natasha, and, you know, we want somebody who's on the ground who can really, really punch and beat the shit out of people. You know, I don't really want a massive fuck-off dragon fighting a massive fuck-off demon like something out of Godzilla. No, that doesn't interest me. Yeah, it's probably from the comics, but, you know, I've never read the Shang-Chi comics. So focus on the character. Focus on the characters. Yeah, give us this, you know, this mystical Chinese realm. It looks bloody wonderful, don't get me wrong, but I don't give a flying fuck, if I'm being quite honest. I care about that character in that moment. You know, fine, he's in the mystical realm, but give me what I've come to see. I've come to see the kung fu, I've come to see the martial arts, I've come to see the fighting. The bacon is perfectly fine, don't worry. I realise I'm going on a bit. But there are other elements in this film as well. You get nice little callbacks. Abomination is an abomination in itself. It was sold to us in the trailer and amounts to 5-6 seconds of screen time, maybe a little bit more. You fucking sold me down the river. You literally sold me down the river. You know, like, that's it. Yeah. Waste of time. No point showing that in the trailer at all. You get a bit more from Wong. And we do get, you know, Trevor Slattery. Ben Kingsley comes back and sort of undoes everything that happened in Iron Man 3. Which I kind of like, because I didn't really care for Iron Man 3. But it really does sort of retcon Iron Man 3 in a bit. Not entirely, because it still exists. It just rephrases a lot of the stuff that happens in that film and turns it around and sort of tries to make it fit within the real Mandarin lore, if you like. Because obviously it's not the full Mandarin, because it's a little bit questionable, you know, how he used to look and everything like that. But all in all, it's an okay film. It's much better than, well, I say much better, it's better than Black Widow for me. But it's still, like a lot of these MCU films at the minute, falls away in the final third. Yeah, I get it, they've got to do the spectacle, they all follow the same formula, that's perfectly fine, but, you know, you have something there with a guy who fights at ground level. Yeah, okay, he might be able to harness these mystical powers, but focus on that ground level. Focus on that, because it's interesting. You know, all these martial arts films that are massive successes in the past, why are they massive successes? Because it's ground level, it's heightened realism, and yet we see, you know, these wonderful moments of choreography. That's what draws me in to martial arts films. I don't want to see, like I said, a big fuck-off dragon taking centre stage. Show me the fucking character. But there you go. That is it. The bacon is looking okay, I think, yeah. Gonna have to turn it over though. But there you go. That is a, not really a short review, really, is it? Yeah, but there you go. Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings. Probably a 7 out of 10 for me, I think. Like I said, I had a lot of time to think about it. I spoke to a few people, you know, just general discourse, general chat, you know, about their thoughts, their opinions. And yeah, it does work. Those early stages of the film, you know, really, really work. Really quite nice, really quite good to see, you know, some decent build-up to a character. The script, though, I forgot about the script. The script is shit. Shocking. The script is really, really plain. Yeah, plain. It's plain and plain. Dead basic. Like I said, because it doesn't focus on those emotional elements. Not enough. Draw it back. Really go into these characters. Have them talk to each other. Instead of sat round the table. Oh, they do it again. They sit round the table and waffle. Stop sitting round the table and waffling. Stop it. I don't want Marvel characters to sit round the table and talk anymore. That is it. Right, that's the end of the review. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.
Angry Andy Review.